Hello, my name is Ernest Hancock. I'm publisher of freedomsphoenix.com and radio talk show host for Declare Your Independence with Ernest Hancock. I want to share with you an activist event that we had this last Monday, May 10th, 2010, that we did in New York City. The idea was some friends of mine have a newspaper called Serf City, S-E-R-F, edited by Jim Lazinski, formerly the Manhattan Party chairman of the Libertarian Party. Jim's been a friend for a long time, and his activism has been focused on distributing libertarian information and perspective and philosophy through a newspaper he distributes in New York City. I offered to try a concept that I've been thinking about for a long time, in that New York City has an enormous number of people that ride the subway system. I'm sure it's millions. And to take the opportunity to try and get the newspaper in their hands using the subway system is very appealing, so this is what we did. Donna and I went to the top of one of the rail lines, number 5 here, and we went before rush hour traffic started so that we could get to the trains before they filled up. At about 5 a.m., we started putting newspapers on the trains as they went out. We would get on the train, go to the next station, and get off, wait for the next train. We'd get on, fill up that train, go to the next station, get off, and wait for the next train. By the time we got into Manhattan, we had already distributed within an hour, hour and a half, over 2,000 papers, and every single one of them was picked up and read. Now, as we stayed at the station waiting for the next train, we'd also, put some around on the benches and so on. Fortunately, there was no wind, so that they weren't blowing all over. I wouldn't do it if it was windy. But they were eagerly swept up by everyone, and people that we didn't have enough, they asked for copies. So this was very effective. Now, we had security that were around and police officers and so on, and they knew what we were doing, didn't care. And I got the impression that, they weren't concerned. But if somebody up top was telling them they need to be concerned, then I'm sure in the future, there may be more problems. But you could easily avoid them and just not pass out in front of them if you wanted to. But I wanted to see what would happen. So this was an easy and effective way of doing this. Now, some of the other people would go into Grand Central Station, Penn Station, the ferry landings on the western side of Manhattan, and they were effective in getting a lot of these out also. After this, we would go into Manhattan for an event that they had that night where we would speak, talk about this, and also about my running for National Chairman of the Libertarian Party, where I was joined by Wayne Allen Root that asked to speak also. So in the following clips, you'll see that debate, that discussion, and we'll talk a little bit about what happened as we did this distribution. It was interesting, effective, and hopefully we'll be doing it again.